Hey guys, here is Christian Light Education, Language Arts 1. We have not used it yet. Planning on using it very soon. We also had the Abeka grade 1, but this is a follow-up if you do the CLE Learning to Read program. This is what you merge into. So can't speak from experience of using it, but this is meant to be a flip through. So this is Christian Light Education. It's a Mennonite curriculum. This is grade 1. You get 10 units. They're like little workbooks. They're about, I think, 3 weeks each. And then the teacher's guide, and this is a cheap curriculum. And then here's extra practice sheets. So, let me show you the teacher's guide first. Their pricing is really cheap. So if you decide to use them, they are affordable. So it shows you, I guess, like a scope and sequence here of what you'll see in Language Arts 101. This is what it looks like here. I'm going to be doing like an actual flip through so you can see everything. Anyways, this is what you see here. And you can see this on their website. It's called Scope and Sequence. And it's clp.org, Christian Light Publications. And just feel free to pause if there's something specific that you want to look at. So it looks like it kind of shows you like Language Arts, Light Unit, Language Arts 101. So Lesson 1, Vowels and Consonants, Color, Consonant, Circle, Picture, Vowel, Learning to Read 105. So this is the Language Arts, this is the Learning to Read, and this is where it lines up. So in Learning to Read, you would be on their workbook 105, and then you would be on a review. So the way I would do it if I was going to be doing CLE from the beginning, I would do the Learning to Read in kindergarten. Now, I think they wait till kids are in first grade, which I'm all about, but I think some parents have said that they would have liked to have not felt rushed. So if it was me, I would start kindergarten for Learning to Read, and then I would just kind of like blend into first grade as your child progresses through the light units. Anyways, there's a daily schedule. So you'll see Learning to Read, Light Unit 101, Lesson 1, and then Bible, and then Math. And then as you get into, I guess, day 47, which is week 10, you would be on this book. So they want you to kind of get your feet wet with Learning to Read, and then you start the other stuff. And sorry, there's like this random fly. I bought these fly traps that stick to the window, and it actually really works, but there's just this one little fly sticking around. So anyways, this is what a lesson looks like. And you see here, this would also coincide with Learning to Read, the Learning to Read program, Light Unit 105, Lesson 5. So here you'd be talking about vowels and consonants, objectives, recognize the 5 vowels, recognize consonants, learn to make a check mark, learn keywords, circle, color, consonant, picture, vowel. And they do have very strong spelling with this curriculum. I would almost say it's maybe stronger than Abeka. Class preparation, light unit for each student, write the 5 vowels on the chalkboard, or use Phonics card number 28. And I have other videos. If you look, you'll see a whole flip through of their Phonics cards. I bought it on eBay. Browse through the light unit with your student, encourage comments on pages that interest them. Here's their light unit page, and then this is the answers as well. Keyword, circle, color, consonant, picture, vowel. Tell the student to look at the bottom of page 1 and find the box or the snail. These are important words that we'll use often. We'll call them keywords. Read and discuss them with the students. Help students notice the beginning sounds and find the words in the lesson as you discuss them. More suggestions for working with keywords are given on page VIII in the introduction. New vowels. Today we're going to study very important letters that every word has. Without these letters, you cannot write. These letters are called vowels. Point to the board or your chart. A, E, I, O, and U are the 5 vowels in our alphabet. Every word must have a vowel. Say, what on earth? This little bug. Say each sound with the students. Each vowel has more than one sound, but so far in learning to read, we have learned only one sound for each. The sound we have learned is called the short vowel sound. Later, we'll learn more sound. Use the term vowel freely and regularly. So just so you know, this language arts with CLE is penmanship, English, phonics, and spelling, just to make that clear. Drill the 5 vowels with phonics card number 28. Read phonics cards in the introduction on page X for more ideas of how to use the phonics cards. Point to the examples in the box at the top of the page. Look at the pictures on top of the page. What do we call these 5 letters? Da, da, da. And then here we have new consonants, and then it teaches about consonants. And you can feel free to look that up, pause this, look more in detail. And then here's lesson 2. And so this is, you know, you see what they were learning. So we have vowels and consonants, and then there's what you see in the teacher's guide, and there's that. And then you go into lesson 2 here. And I love these little workbooks. These are great for road trips. I love it. Okay, so I won't go into too much detail here. I'm going to skim through a bit. If you want to see more of something, just leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see, because this page is pretty much geared towards flip through. Okay, and there's the last light unit 101. And by the way, these have a test in them. They have 2 quizzes and a test. See, language arts test, you tear this out. That's the test. Okay, so anyways, so here is where you have phonetic terms and sounds and diacritical markings, and then appendix, scope, and sequence. And so lesson 1 from Light Unit 101, definition of vowels, recognizing vowels as vowels. Definition of consonants, recognizing consonants as consonants. I might do a flip through of learning to read. I don't think I've done that yet. We didn't do it. We did a little bit of it. We haven't done it all. I think it's awesome. I think it's just picking the curriculum that works for you. We ended up doing a Becca, but I think this is a great. I've heard some people just other learning to read curriculums didn't work for them, but I've heard this one has worked for some people. Like where others didn't, this did. So this is the appendix. Phonics rules. Okay. Language arts 106 test. Spelling words for tests and alternate test. And then they have the alternate test. So if your child doesn't get an 80 or above on the test, you can print out this alternate test. And they have 10 alternate tests. Hope I'm not flipping through too quickly, but just feel free to pause. I don't want to take too much time with this because I don't want to make this video so long. Anyways, that's that. Now let me do the flip through of these books, okay? Okay. I'll try to go in a way that you can still pause it and get an idea. You can kind of see like matching the capital and lowercase letters. Put a line under the period, so they're just trying to get you to identify where the capital letter is, where a period is. Quiz 1. Ned is. The hen dug in the. So you're completing a sentence, filling it in with a word. Let's see here. Match the letters to the vowel or consonant. Double consonants. And I will say, even with grade 2, which is where we technically started with our first daughter, if you do the reading program, grade 2 was very much almost like an English phonics type of program. So I was extremely impressed with their reading. BJU Press has really good reading too. More like what I'm referring to is like the reading comprehension, but this was so good because it had phonics in there. It had study words, which basically is spelling words. This is quiz 2. And that's that. Here's 102. Anyways, I started off just with the reading, and I was so impressed with the reading that I ended up buying their math, Bible, and language arts for grade 2. And my daughter loved their reading so much, and she loved the Bible. So yeah, I'm trying to do this flip through so you can see if this will be a good fit for you. So you can see how they're working on certain sounds. They're doing sentences, but they'd be halfway through learning to read once they start this, and this is the test. But see, here's the special sounds. But you can see it's really good. And I think this is comparable to Abeka with the ground that's covered. They teach it in different styles, but these little boxes are similar to Abeka. And if you look at my other videos, you'll see what I'm talking about, but Abeka does the same thing. Sorry for this annoying fly. That thing that I stick in the window totally works. But just that one little fly. He's just surviving. He's like, you can't kill me. All right, so here's quiz 1. Here's quiz 2. This bug. Okay. Quiz 2. So I'm in Florida, and when you open up that front door, it is game over. Those bugs are like, freedom. They come on in. So that's why there's this random fly. We bought a salt gun on Amazon, and that totally killed the flies. That was a really good investment. But then you end up with salt everywhere because your kids just go crazy shooting flies. So then I bought this thing called the Fly In on Amazon. And it's like this little gray thing, and you stick it in your windows, like little 2 suctions. And then you put these little sticky cards in the middle. And it literally, the flies just stick to it, and it works great. So I bought some more and put them in different windows around the house. But ever since we've used that, it pretty much takes away almost every single fly, except for this one in here. He's having a good time. Anyway, so there you see they're teaching the different blends, the sounds, the phonics. There's the test. So this is something you would tear out. But you can kind of see what they're covering, you know, like contractions right here. Can, not, can't, don't. Match the words that rhyme. Put the long vowel sound or the short vowel sound on the vowel. Circle the consonant digraphs. And it tells you really easily, like 1 point for each word. So there's 8 potential points. So when I'm grading, I'll just write here, 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 and then I tally it up. So our son, Gabriel, is going behind our other daughter, so he's starting to read now. I have started him with Abeka. I am considering doing the CLE learning to read with him, but I have so much stuff with Abeka. Realistically, I mean, I'm good. I've figured out the way. I have learned what works for us, and now I've got things that I think I could just teach him to read from just the little books that we have. I have enough curriculum now that I'm good. I have flashcards, I have the handbook for reading, I have blend ladders, I have the blend flashcards. So I think we're just I think now I can just teach him how to read, even if I didn't buy any workbooks from Abeka or CLE. I think I'm good. But it took time. It took learning what worked. We bought the kindergarten Abeka videos for Audrey when she was in kindergarten. And at first she was like, yay, I'm so excited. And then she was like, I hate it. And I was like, let's just try to power through it. And then we had to start chopping classes because I was like, okay, she's obviously not going to watch this video and she doesn't want to watch this video. It was just way too much. What works for some people doesn't work for others. I prefer parent-led. Now that my daughter Nora is getting into the higher grades, I'm doing more video-led because, you know, I think they can teach better than I can with that stuff. But with this stuff, I'd prefer parent-led. It's a lot quicker. I feel like it keeps the fun with homeschooling. And remember, make the curriculum work for you. So you don't have to do everything that the curriculum offers. You know, if something's not working for you, just move on. But anyways, our daughter with the Abeka with kindergarten, we were chopping out certain subjects on the videos. And the teaching was good. It just wasn't for her. She was just, it was becoming a headache trying to get her to sit still and do the video. And then I had to break apart and I just started writing words on the whiteboard. And I would say, just come here and circle the vowel. And so she would circle the vowel. And then I'd be like, all right, is that a, you know, can you tell me what that vowel sound makes? And then we would be like, let's spell the word out. And that's kind of how we got her into it. Then I got her back into the videos again. We predominantly focused on the phonics and the math and the cursive with the Abeka kindergarten. And ended up, we had to repeat some things a few times because she just wasn't really getting it. And then it just kind of clicked. But it really started to click more as she got older. So I don't know if it's just because I didn't know certain things or if I could have tried it differently or, you know, it's a lot of learning as a parent. So what I did with Audrey might be different with Gabriel. And he might learn quicker because I knew a little more for the teaching aspect. So it's not that my daughter couldn't have learned earlier. It's just maybe the teaching style wasn't working for her. So we found our groove, and that's the important thing, is we found what works. Audrey likes parent-led, and she does really good with the flashcards from Abeka. And she flies through the workbooks with Abeka when she's not having to do the videos. So we learned what works. That bug. Goodness gracious. I hope this video is still going. Let me make sure this video is still going. Yep, it's still going. Just keep trying to check. The reason I'm doing this whole flip through is because I didn't see it online. I love these little workbooks. What I ended up doing with Abeka, because I think predominantly we'll be doing Abeka and CLE in the younger grades. But what I love about Abeka, I can tear out the pages and put them in like a binder or a folder, and we can take that on a road trip. But I don't like how they have all the extra stuff. So I would find myself kind of picking and choosing what comes with us. But with CLE, you could just take one subject and the teacher's guide and you're good to go. We like to go on road trips, mostly to Tennessee. That's where my husband's family's from. It's funny, I'm like talking about something that has nothing to do with this page. I should probably be focusing on this page. But anyways, as you see here, you're halfway through this program. The language arts for grade 1. You're doing penmanship here. And I did another video about cursive and penmanship. And you will see what I liked in the other video. Where I think CLE is further along than Abeka with spelling, I feel like the Abeka is further along in penmanship than CLE. But I had my, I think I like pen time as far as just the ease for the child writing inside of the letter. So anyways, you kind of see here, they're teaching the different blend sounds and you would fill in the blank. And I have flip throughs of Abeka, and then I think we never did the CLE for grade 3. I think it's great, but we kind of just went in the BJU Press direction, and that's the direction we plan to take the kids. Because I already bought the curriculum for Audrey to go 3, 4, 5. So I did a video of that not too long ago with my husband. So that's the direction that we'll be going. But I mean, who knows? Anything could change. I do think CLE is great. And I think if you're going to do CLE, you should just start it from the beginning and stick with it. So if you see that you like a higher grade level and you can choose to start your child off from the beginning with that younger grade level, then I would. This bug, oh my goodness. But anyways, you see how things are progressing. I'm sure this video will be helpful for some of you because it's interesting to see, like, what does the whole light unit look like? How does it progress? Well, you can see from the first light unit to this one, it's you know, it's great. So then here's penmanship. And then you'll have, oh, then your little spelling lists. Okay. And then your quizzes. Oh, now is it front and back? I don't think it was front and back on the last one. Maybe it was front and back on the last one. So that, anyway, somebody made a comment in the other video and they were like, you have a lot of curriculum. Yeah, I'm addicted to buying curriculum. But we know what we really like. It's CLE, Abeka, BJU Press. There's some other ones we really like too, but I'm talking about like predominantly using. There's so many different ways you can homeschool. Like this is kind of like traditional, where you're using a curriculum that it's got everything in there for you. This one's very independent in my opinion. You can be as involved as you want, and the teacher's guides are very easy, straightforward, quick to the point. But there's other ways you can homeschool. You know, Abeka and BJU Press, you'll see those a lot in like Christian private schools. There's another way you can do things like light or unit studies where you kind of just say, oh, we're going to learn about sharks, and then you get all kinds of books from the library about sharks, and you watch Shark Week, and you watch cool things on YouTube. You might find interesting things on the internet. You might make art projects revolving around sharks. I mean, there's so many different things you could do. So some people enjoy doing unit studies like that. I think that's pretty cool. I'd like to be that kind of person, but it's just not going to happen. I think it's great. But with the way our lifestyle is, I think we're just kind of like this, and then we just go have fun with our free time. But I think there's some people who have that type of lifestyle that they can be like, we're going to just focus on learning about this for 2 weeks or 1 week, and then we're going to do something totally different. I think kids will definitely remember things very well from doing unit studies like that. But anyways, so you can see how the words are definitely accelerating. I mean, hopscotch for grade 1, that's pretty cool. That's like very impressive. There's another YouTube channel, Just So Trish. She talked a lot about CLE and learning to read. One of her children was struggling with reading, and they were like a couple grades up. I don't know, maybe like 3rd or 4th grade, if I remember correctly. You'd have to check it out. But anyways, I'll say penmanship here. That's cool. This is nice. So anyways, she started her child off with learning to read, and then she kind of started halfway through, if I remember correctly, and she was like, I think it would have been better to just start from the beginning, but because our child was older, we thought it'd be okay to just, you know, start halfway through it or whatever. And she's like, no, start from the beginning. If your child is struggling, just start from the beginning with learning to read. And then, if I remember correctly, she tested her child for the reading skill, and they jumped up multiple grades, whatever it was. They started off not as strong in the reading. They did the learning to read with CLE. Then I guess when they were done it, their reading level was multiple grades above. So, I mean, look at these words. This is, and Abeka has very strong words too, like spelling words and words they're learning in their little their little reader books, which is teach them how to read. But this is very strong. I mean, woodpecker, splashing, bookshelf, squealed. This is like grade 1. And I'm not saying this is their spelling words, but they're going to be reading this. So that is impressive. I think a lot of people like this curriculum because it's so affordable as well. I like how it's small little workbooks. And I like the way the teacher's guides teaches. I don't like the Abeka lesson plans. I feel like it's just, I don't want to be negative, but I'm not too crazy about it. I like the teacher's guides of BJU Press and CLE more. There's a lot of great curriculums out there. You can also go on christianbook.com and get some ideas. There's a lot of great YouTube channels that the moms share their different homeschool curriculums and what works for them. This is going to be such a long video. I might just kind of skip through a little faster. But you can see how it's accelerating. I'm just going to kind of skip ahead. If there's something specific you want to see, I'm just going to do a little quick flip through of 109, just so you can kind of see. And then I'm going to do 110, just so you kind of see what it's ending at. And what I'm going to do is go to the test, so you see like this is where it's ending on the test. So, and we'll do the quiz. Let's do the quiz. But it definitely looks like it accelerates. So you can see where they're ending at. Okay? I just feel like this video is getting a little long. And then here's language arts, the extra practice. And then there's the answers in the back. Extra practice sheet 15, language arts 105. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Let me know if you want to see something specific. There's some other flip throughs I'm going to be doing, so just keep an eye on the channel. I might do the learning to read. Anyways, have a good day. Bye.